Welcome, everybody. This is episode 10 of the official League of Kyle's Rivals Not Stupid podcast. I'm your host, as always, Mike, with always Alex, with Lucho.
Hello.
And joined, making his podcast debut, everybody's rival. It's Kyle.
Oh, I love my rivals.
This is such a heel outfit.
It is. So,
It's gonna be great.
so what's going on, everybody? It's been
Nothing, man.
a few. I guess we're taping on a Monday. That's weird for us, but it is what it is.
Well, we're late. We didn't record last week,
This
so
is
we
true.
have to.
We had some big complaints. Big complaints.
Oh, I know. Big complaints.
I came close to just uploading a video with like a thumbnail of us, but it turned out to just be like a Rickroll or something.
That's the best.
But
Next time we'll do it.
next time,
Spoiler, guys.
be careful how you click.
So we don't. So we got a few things. I think we're not lying when it's July. Camps haven't started, and we don't know when they'll start. So we're reaching.
They're
We're
still
reaching
scheduled,
for content.
They're still scheduled for the 26th of this month. So.
Even in terms of a fantasy podcast, we're reaching for content till at least the preseason starts. So
You'd think we'd have a
But
lot
we're
to
here.
talk about too, because not only can we talk about anything fantasy related, but we can also talk about our league, and we still have nothing.
Yeah.
yep. So that's where we're at.
The
So if you
dead
don't get another 2-hour marathon, I guess I'm not sorry. Who gives a shit? So so the main event today is going over Kyle's team. Kyle's going to also have a ranking of his rivals, which you're gonna want to tune in for that, of course. But let's.
They're all my rivals.
Thank you, because the way you were saying that, Mike, did not sound very enticing to. Yeah, you're just gonna want to tune in for that.
Oh man, I can't wait to share my levels of hate for you all.
So wait, is
True.
this a power rankings of who you hate the most, or?
This is my level of rivalries. I have two that are just Magic and Larry Bird type rivalries where they wanted to beat each other, but you could tell they were like, "Hey, buddy, this is great. We're playing basketball. Look at us." And two, I hate you so much. I want you to die in fantasy. I want everybody on your team to tear their Achilles. So we're going from a big range here.
I love it.
But let's start with maybe a little non-fantasy and talk about the Washington professional football team is finally going to officially change their name. Where we're taping it on Monday, July 3rd. So the big press release, which they took one last opportunity to shove the
Put
logo
name
and
everywhere.
name.
We got all this letterhead. We got to use it.
So they
It's
took
digital.
one. They took one last chance. No.
Costs money.
You think Dan Schneider knows how to do that? He's like, I can't do this. Just send it.
Their deal with their marketing team was you get paid per number of times they use the letterhead, so the marketing team was making sure they just put all this out like that.
Now, if you're wondering, gee, why didn't they just announce the new name today? You could say, well, they're still thinking about it. They're still trying to, I guess, maybe drop some logos. Nope, that's not it at all. That's because some real estate dude in Virginia is attempting to beat, I guess, the Washington former Redskins into trademarking every possible name that's been in the media, including the following: the Washington Red Wolves, the Washington Tribe, and feel free to stop me if you need to discuss. The Washington Red Tails, that's one of my favorites, actually.
I will say I saw a really good mock-up of a logo
So did
for the
I.
Red Tails. Yeah.
Yeah. The Washington Monuments, which if you pick that, it's trash. If you pick the Washington Veterans, that name also sucks. The Washington Renegades Gridiron Football
Oh,
is my favorite of this trademark list.
The more words, the better your team will play.
yeah.
And then you can go with the 5-word Washington Braves Professional Football Team.
That one's my
I-
favorite on this list.
Not only that, but why would you change the
They're
Braves?
trying to
where
one up
that's-
an 8, and it's
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
That's
you're gonna
what-
change
that's-
to the Braves.
That's part of the reason why it's my favorite. It's not achieving what you set out to achieve. B, it's another fucking team's name already. C,
There's still-
5 words.
They're still gonna be the DC Redskins.
Yeah, the Greater Washington Area Redskins.
Or Luch, I still love your message in the group me that in support for the cause.
Oh God. I was so scared. I was so
Go back
scared.
and look at for all you people in the league. Just go back and look at the group me in case you missed it. It's a pretty good one. We don't need to put it on YouTube.
I think I said this morning that if they just changed the name to Washington or DC and just didn't have a nickname to not offend anybody, that would probably be better than what they'll
Well, yeah,
end up
just
coming with.
delete the name entirely.
Yeah, they're just going to call themselves Washington.
Control F, find replace.
Yeah, but that's why you could just call yourself the Washington Washingtons.
The Washingtonians. I still like the Seattle Washington Seahawks, personally.
So let me ask you guys, who's gonna have their name announced first? The Washington football team or the Seattle hockey team?
Ooh,
Ooh.
you mean the Rain City Bitch Pigeons?
Yes.
Well, that's a good name.
I do kind of like that name. What's the episode of Always Sunny when they were wrestling and they were man eagles?
Oh,
Oh,
That's
God, I forgot about that.
that's the name? Birds of War?
yeah, Birds of
Yep.
War. That's what the bitch pigeons would be.
Oh man, I really hope Washington goes with like something super generic, like the Washington football players. It's an easy mascot. You just get one of your guys who got cut from the
Kyle, that's a U team name too.
54th
Washington
man.
Humans.
He just got cut, but hey, you're the mascot now. Just put on a set of pads. Somebody gets hurt, you're in, bud.
And then they're great because they get around. They have an extra dude that they can call on the roster.
That's what I'm saying.
There you go.
They're not,
Oh no,
yeah,
I'm watching these Birds of Wars. The outfits.
They're so good. How did they lose? to
Could
the
they
trash
go
man?
back and get the Bullets? Could they be the Washington Bullets and steal that from the NBA? Because they're the Wizards now.
I wouldn't hate it.
I mean, I feel like I feel like at that point, just I feel like they got rid of the Bullets name because of gun violence. In
They could be the
yeah,
Washington,
DC
the
gun
Washington
violence.
Expos.
Ooh,
Oh
I
no,
love
that wound is still fresh. That's
Just
like
completely
that's like if
fuck
they named the
Montreal.
Seattle team the Thrashers.
Oh man, they better not. Let me finish off this list. The Washington Freedom Fighters, the Washington Warhogs, another personal favorite on this guy's trademark list, the Washington Radskins.
So sweet, so rad.
That's how you could tell this dude is a lawyer because he was just like, I'm going to cover all my bases.
Yeah, right.
Well, wait,
He's
wait.
like,
is
that might not be even in the menu.
Walruses on there because that is a big money team name. The Washington Walruses. Arf, arf, arf. Every time they score a touchdown. Are you kidding me? You saw the tusks at the stadium.
Oh my god, I would pay so much money to see Chase
Oh
Young
my
do
God.
that, just flap like a walrus.
I'm
They need to-
telling you,
They
Washington
need
Walrus.
to sign Ricky Seals Jones.
They
Yeah.
do.
All right, so it's decided. Sorry, Mr. Snyder. It's the Washington Walruses. Arf, arf, baby.
Honestly, it's probably better than whatever Snyder's.
Whatever they're gonna
anyway.
That's what I'm saying. And I'll say it in general, like across the board, like any time, like my strategy if I'm rebranding something is I just put out on like Twitter or whatever, hey guys, we're rebranding, and leave it at that. And then when someone comes up with an awesome mock-up on Reddit in 2 hours, I just buy that and save
Yeah.
myself all the time and money, because that happens anyway. Like the Rams new logo came out and everyone said it looked like a penis, and then someone did an awesome mock-up in like an hour. So it's
Mhm.
like that'd be my go-to every single time.
Which,
But-
at least they're also changing their name and logo and imagery the same year that LA unleashed that monstrosity. So
It'll
the
somehow-
heat is off of them a little bit.
Yeah, but then when the season starts and everyone sees it again, they're gonna go, "Oh yeah, hey, remember that time that they put out a shitty logo and uniform?"
Yeah, just like the Sonic movie.
Oh,
Oh man,
you mean my
That was
sleep paralysis demon?
How much money did they have to spend to fix it? Does anybody know?
Oh, that was a lot.
It was a
a lot.
lot.
It was a
dude.
good amount of money,
It was in the tens of millions.
Oh,
and that was one of the last movies that came out before COVID-19 shut everything
It
down.
was
So
the
could you
last movie that came out in the before
like,
times.
So like
35 million, by the way.
To fix it?
Yep, and their total budget after the 35 million went up to 125 million. So literally like
Jesus.
a
How
third
much
of their
did they make at
cost,
the box
a quarter
office?
of their
Did
cost, I
it
guess.
even come close to a profit? Because
It
that's a lot of
profited.
money.
I'm almost positive it profited.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think they
Oh,
did
good
too.
for Sonic. Have
It
a
was
couple
like-
chili dogs, dude.
Chili dogs. I was pretty happy because I'm glad that Jim Carrey has work.
Yeah,
Worldwide total of 306.8 million. So yeah, they still
Oh.
profited almost
I
200
wonder, I
million.
wonder if they would have made money if they were just like on demand, if they got released like 2 months later.
By the way, the betting odds I'm looking at right now for this team name, they were released, I don't know, about 12 hours ago. The Red Tails are the betting favorite at 3-1. And then the Generals at 4-1, the Presidents at 5-1, the
Terrible.
Lincolns at 8-1, and
Also
the
bad.
Veterans also at 8-1.
They
Also
took the
awful.
Jeffersons off.
Other names with short odds include the Capitals, Americans, Memorials, and Monuments.
The Capitals? No, don't you dare.
What a
The-
flex!
One online book is also looking to capitalize on some easy money by offering the Snowflakes and Trumps each at 500-1.
Oh man, these are all bad names. I can't wait to see. I feel like just like all the good team names are gone, and they're now stuck trying to find one.
Mm-hmm.
I think I think for me it's almost less the team name, and they're gonna have an awful logo because they're gonna do their own thing, and that's why I say, oh, Reddit always does these so much better.
Yeah.
Do you remember when the Golden Knights were down to like their last couple things, and one of them was the Desert Knights? I still think that would have been so much better than the Golden Knights.
Mm.
I thought the Desert
Probably,
Knights was
yeah.
cool, especially for Vegas. Like,
I know, because it actually makes sense.
It was better than
But-
something really cheesy like the Aces.
Yeah.
the Aces, yeah. The Aces, the classic Madden franchise team.
yeah.
I remember I used to in Madden. I always used to move my team to Ireland,
Yeah.
Euro
I
the
did that.
Dublin, whatever they would be. I don't even remember the team name, but
There was the Shamrocks, or you could be. I don't remember. I tried real hard.
I think most of the time I didn't change the name. So like I would be like the Dublin Lions or some bullshit. That,
Still partly owned by the Ford family.
Yep.
I will
hey,
say.
did you know that? By the way, this is completely irrelevant, so I need to get rid of this now. But you brought up Ford. Did you know that back in the 1920s, Ford wasn't supposed to be like this major auto manufacturer that it became? Like, for example, Ford was the only American manufacturer that didn't get bailed out back in 2008, right?
Mhm.
It was actually Dodge back then, but both of the Dodge brothers died from the Spanish flu, and
Fuck.
their just company tanked, and then Dodge became this like niche company kind of, and Ford became
Jesus.
the major. You just made me think of it, and I just learned that the other day reading some like finance history stuff. So
Jeez.
completely irrelevant. Had to just throw it
I
out
mean,
there. 'cause you
it's a
mentioned
little
it.
relevant
Not a
considering.
sponsor. Donut Media has a really good history of the relationship of the Ford and Dodge companies. Like the Dodge brothers originally worked for Ford, and then they were like, "He's too stuffy. We like to party. Let's start our own company." And then Dodge Chargers, baby, and other things, you know. But yeah, the Dodge and Ford, cool stuff. Speaking of Ford, while we were podcasting, or originally intended to podcast, the Bronco dropped.
Oh, it's back.
baby.
Really?
Is it?
It's back.
That
Yeah,
took me
they-
a second for that to
Oh,
click.
I know. I was like, wait a minute.
The
Slightly
Ford
related.
related.
Bronco.
Well,
that.
OJ, slightly related.
You're right. Revealed with retro styling and off-road tech.
Yeah, I think it looks kind of sick.
All right, I'm intrigued.
It looks like a Wrangler.
Wrangler's got some competition.
Yeah,
baby.
it does. Oh, its
Uh-oh.
interior looks nice.
The Bronco, it's galloping.
Oh wow, it looks it's so much like the old one.
Yeah, it is. All right, sorry. Now I'm going into the internet thing because now I'm looking at
This is now a whole, yeah.
renewed or canceled the status of every TV show. And I saw a picture of Ozark. I was like, no.
Done.
I mean,
Bad
Is it-
show. Just kidding. Never seen it.
I like Ozark. It's a good show.
No, it's a good show, but I mean, it's a Netflix show. It's gonna go off the air after like 4 seasons.
Santa Clarita Diet should not have been canceled. I'm talking to you, Netflix, right now. That was a great show. Drew Barrymore effing killed it. It was great. You
Which
can't left me on a cliffhanger.
Always Sunny got renewed.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it I think like
Oh,
last time it got renewed, it broke like a network TV record for longest live show not on a cable network.
Like the pilot was filmed in like 2004. That's
Dude, when you go
insane.
back and look at those old
The
episodes,
quality.
the video quality, it's like someone's literally holding a freaking camera. Like,
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, they filmed
All
in
right.
2004. They
Let's
filmed the
move
first
on,
episode
fam.
for
Right.
$100.
things.
Yeah, we're now the Cars and Entertainment
Cars and TV
podcast.
show.
I don't know. I mean, I really just found that stupid list hilarious about the Washington team and the fact that we need podcast content. I figured it would kill a few minutes, and it did. But I kind of don't. I don't give a shit what they call it. Whatever they come up with. Like I've said, I think the logos and the uniforms are probably going to suck because that's just.
I mean,
how it goes.
this was their opportunity to change their color scheme, and they didn't, so they failed in my eyes.
I don't know. I mean, I guess I get it. Keep the colors. Just get rid of like the logos and everything. I mean,
The thing about the color scheme is like if they changed it, you know they would have just changed to red, white, and blue because it's Washington.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true.
it would have
So
been worse.
I'm okay with them keeping it.
Like the colors are fine, honestly. Like, and some of the
Old
Some of the
ketchup
other-
and mustard.
other uniforms that they did like 10 years ago were better. Where it was just like when they changed the helmets to the like tomahawk
Hmm.
kind of looking thing, or the spear, whatever the hell you want to call it. When they changed to that and they had those uniforms, like that was nice. Maybe if they went to something like along those lines versus maybe what they have now. But I don't know. I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
It's not my team.
I also don't care. I don't like them, so.
Yeah, it's not my team.
That's
but-
true too. It's like it's an irrelevant team.
Mhm.
Right. Which they haven't.
We're really only talking about it because A, it's good that it's happening, and B, we can rub Dan Snyder's fucking face in it.
And just the different possibilities are just hilarious. I guess where to now? Does
We gotta-
Kyle
We gotta
wanna-
hit on those power rankings. I've been
Yeah,
at
man.
the edge of my seat.
if he wants to break them out? Tell us the hatred. Open up your heart and let that hate out.
Start from the bottom.
Before I get all worked up, I'm just so thirsty. And when I'm thirsty, I reach for a Powerade Zero, not a sponsor. So I'm just going to take a quick sip of this white cherry.
White cherry's the best flavor.
Oh, it's so good. Powerade Zero. Takes zero thought to choose it.
You
Not a
look like a
sponsor.
credit card slot.
All right. This is everyone's rival. Come here to talk about my rival power rankings. So from 12 to 1, I'm going to
Isn't it
rank
11 to 1? Or are you ranking yourself?
This is gonna get deep.
At the bottom of my list is my really good friend Tom. Before going into this, I told him I wanted everyone to be my rival, and he pulled me aside. He said, "Hey, let's not be like super duper rivals." And I said, "Okay, just this once, but it's conditional. He could still find his way to the top of this list. Say, Tom, you're not safe." But as for right now, all right. Next up, in the 11th
Hold on.
You gotta stop.
is my
I love this.
and Genetti.
Hold on.
Okay. Good old Danny's do good for a good pancake and scramble. Me and him mutually beneficial. He seems like a good guy, and he asked me specifically, "Hey, can we just?"
Oh.
Hey, Kyle.
I think I got a podcast every day so that you guys lineups because you'll be laughing to me.
Oh shit.
I think that's my key to victory. All right. You got good?
Hey, Kyle.
Yeah.
So, you, right from the beginning, we couldn't. Everything you were saying was in super slow-mo and really choppy.
Yeah.
And we tried to stop you, but
That's
you
really
kept going.
Oh yeah, bro. I'm out here trying to get my good rankings. This is a great list.
Now you sound good. Do you
Yeah.
want to start? Can you start over? Because you got some
Okay,
podcast
yeah.
gold.
I need to like crop the freeze frame that you froze on. Cause you looked so like wise with the mask on your head.
You're like holding your papers up.
Okay. So coming in at number 12 is my good friend Tom. I've known Tom way longer than all of you.
True.
We've been through thick and thin. While being thick and thin, we are at thick now. We are thick boys with 10 C's. And when we decided to do this league, Tom came over to me. He's like, "Hey, I know you're gonna make everybody your rival, but like, let's be cool." And I said, "You know what? You came out, you reached out to me. Am I good? You all are frozen." Anyway,
Oh no, I'm here. I'm good.
and I said, "Yeah, we'll be less rivals. I'll put you at that Magic Larry Bird level where we're going to be competitive, but I'm not going to hate your guts and want to, but you are always eligible to get flipped to the other end of this list, Tom. Just so you know, just because we're besties, bro, doesn't mean we can't be extra besties." You know what I'm saying? And then after that is my good friend Denny Genetti. He's coming in at number 11. Good old Denny's. Go see him for a flapjack and an egg scramble. Before initially like, oh, he's new, immediately to the top of the list. And then he offered me some trades, and I was like, yeah, these are okay trades. I like them. I'll do them. And then Dennis, me and him had a good rapport going, a Michael Rappaport going, and he was like, "Hey, Kyle, maybe let's not be rivals." And I said, "You know what? This is a league of my rivals. You have to be a rival. But we can go to this level of Magic Johnson and Larry Bird. We could be at that level. To me, that is the lowest form of rival." So he accepted. And then after that is Nick. He is my grandson, and I love him.
Ooh.
Do not boo my grandson.
He
I
should
made
be
the
higher.
people who made him. I
should be
made the
higher.
people who made him. I love him. I give him Werther's caramel candies every time he comes to visit. All right. Then after that is Alex Hoffberg, because I don't know him or anything about him, so it felt right to just lump him in the middle. And then Joey, good guy, so I had to keep him pretty low on this list because good guy. Then Lucho, great dude. As far as I can tell now from this podcast, but prior did not know him, put him in the middle. And also I believe he's the one who keeps asking me for Kareem Hunt, and he's untouchable. So, yes, Kareem Hunt, untouchable. That's my guy. It's, that's what you would have been lower on the list, but I saw a lot of, I believe it was you. Team names confuse me, but I believe it was, somebody told me that was you. So, that's where you're at. And it's Mike because he's good, but I like him at the same time. Real good fantasy guy, but also like him a lot, but he beats me, and I don't like that. So there you go right there. Then it's Phil in solidarity with Tom because they are rivals, and me and Tom are less rivals. I had to put him higher on the list. Then it's Skylar. Only because don't try to beat me in bad trades, Skylar. Only I can make the bad trades. I can only do the best and the worst in this league. God damn it. And you can't make bad trades. Okay? Don't do it. I want to do it. I am notorious in this league for bad trades. Okay. So, sorry, Skylar. No, I don't really hate you, but I'm just, I had to put you there and bust your balls. Because people kept telling me you made a bad trade. I don't even know what you did. Then It's Alex. Because
number
every
2?
time I see him, I'm reminded of my bad trade. You are a top 3 rival. Because I was dumb. And then that's about it. And you win a lot, so that makes me want to beat you. So, top 3 rival, dude. Here's your bronze.
Oh, 3. Okay.
Number 2, Anthony. Anthony thinks that he's like, oh, I will get second to last place again next year. No, I will get second to last place next year. You will get last place. Who do you think you are, Tony Pony? Who do you think you are? I don't know if I'm allowed to curse on this podcast, but you're a fuck dick, dude.
You're good.
Yeah.
Big old fuck dick. And then at the top of my rivalry, number 1 is oh wait, hold on. My eyes are hurting me. I've been looking at the screen all day. Hold on. Oh my god. Good thing I have my movement screeners to filter out the blue light. But when you wear these, it filters out the blue light, which gives you headaches and migraines. So get you a pair. You don't need to be half blind to look great and sexy in glasses. You just need to have a screen in front of you.
Not a sponsor?
Okay. So remember, if that is MVMT, go to the screener section and put in the promo code FUCKDICK to get 15% off. Okay? And my last rival, number 1, is me. I do nothing but beat myself. I need to figure out a way to defeat myself from defeating myself. So I'm out here next year just trying to beat me. Try to put myself below Tom on this rivalry list. But for now, I'm number 1. And that is everyone's rival's power rankings.
I love it. That was a great. That was a sick.
We got those in. We got those. There was a little slow-mo in it, but we got them.
But it was everything. Everything was hilarious, and I love the rankings. Happy to be in the middle for me.
The only person I'm behind is Kyle.
Mike, I forgot to mention, this is also why you're in the middle. Because you're a Guardians fan, baby. That's also why because you're good and you beat me, that makes me mad. But we go to Guardians games and have a great time. R.I.P. Guardians.
I was gonna say it's got to be all past tense. Sadly, we went to Guardians games.
3.0.
All 2 of them.
Let's buy a team. Let's pull it together. Let's hold the money.
Hey Kyle,
all right.
I'm just gonna stick up for myself a little bit here. To be fair, when I was proposing a trade to you at that time, I was in Seattle with Mike and Tom, and I wasn't planning on trading for Michael Thomas. But then one of the 2 of them, can't remember which one, but they were like, "You should just offer for Michael Thomas." And I go, "I mean, I guess."
I'm not like that. Like I'm not rivalry-ish with you because of you doing that. It's more me for not really thinking about it. Just going, yeah, what?
It's the same reason why you're number 1 on the list. It's more me being mad at myself.
I'm projecting like a piece of computer equipment. I'm projecting. I should have said like a movie theater. You know, sometimes afterwards you think of something better for what you were saying. But I'm projecting like a movie theater in your direction. So hopefully, as time goes on, you'll drop down this list because you're a good guy.
Oh, thanks, dude.
But for now, you got the bronze medal of rivalry ship, you know, and I took home the gold.
All right. So while we're here, all right. Let's just get into it.
Okay.
I got to start with this trade, the Michael Thomas, Antonio Brown.
Sorry, Mike, I'm going to interrupt you. Do you know why? Because I'm drinking this tasty beer right here.
Oh.
Provincetown. Oh, Provincetown. Well, I fucked it up already. Not a sponsor.
Yep. We'll never be one.
The one thing I really wanted to say was, Kyle, you reminded me, because you said something about you taking home the gold. You reminded me that I actually owe you a trophy for your All-Star game winner.
Oh, yeah.
Or what was it, Pro Bowl?
Whoever was in charge of the team can have it, because I was so frustrated with myself that I didn't even help. So I don't know. Mike, you were the one who set it all up, weren't you?
I mean, I think I was taking the suggestions of players. I kind of was trying not to take over. I mean, I feel like I didn't. I forget who was on my
Well,
team.
I think it was us, and I washed my hands of it. I said, I don't want this. So like you did the right thing because I was in a funk. I was pissed.
I know I was with Anthony, and I was mad about that.
Where
My
was
number
I?
2 rival. Fuck Anthony. Number 2.
I was in Vermont trying to follow along for whatever stupid reason of that All Star, like doing the
week
math.
17.
Yeah, like doing the math, like on my iPhone calculator. Like, oh well, if this
You guys
happens,
You guys blew us out of the water. It wasn't even close. So I mean, we can only blame Anthony for that. So.
Oh, and you know what? I will take the trophy because I will start my my trophy tradition.
yeah,
I'm going to do every trophy I win.
What's your trophy tradition?
Dude, I'm going to put one section of my penis, take a Polaroid picture of it, cut it out, Gorilla Glue it to the bottom. So whoever gets the trophy next, you just see either the tip, base, or balls of my dick.
Well, if
I'm
it's you,
looking to potentially take a full picture, but like, we'll see.
if based on your projections of how you want Anthony to be the worst team and you to be the second to worst team, it'll be one of you two again next year. So hopefully Anthony then.
Perfect. And this goes great for my plan. Suck for 4 years, then win it all.
All right,
That
this
is-
is
so listen. You can't have a better segue for this. So I was starting to say. So this all kind of began early last season when the Michael Thomas for Antonio Brown swap happened. I forget what else was involved in that trade, if you remember.
Was it? It wasn't picks. Was it?
Oh,
I don't remember.
it was you talking about the trade that sorry, I zoned out for a second. You were talking about the trade between me and Kyle?
Yeah, Michael Thomas.
Yeah, so
Antonio
it was
Brown.
Antonio Brown, Trevor Siemian, and the 3rd round pick for Michael Thomas.
Okay, so all right,
Right after
So-
Sam Darnold got mono,
right.
the
so
day
what,
that we found out.
Right. So why?
Why?
I guess.
I'm an impulsive man. That's basically that's the first thing. I'm very impulsive.
Okay.
I was really mad in my quarterback situation, and I was getting very frustrated because Nick Foles did not do what I wanted him to do last year.
Got hurt first drive of the season.
Yeah.
So that didn't go my way. So I'm thinking, oh, I need a quarterback, and then I was like, oh, I'll get Trevor Siemian in this deal, and then I just like not being with like the present NFL, I like did not like even begin to contemplate the level of ability Michael Thomas actually had. Like when I think of Michael Thomas, I still think of him as a rookie out of Ohio State that like was fantastic, but like I completely forgot the production that he brings to the table. So I was like, Antonio Brown definitely brings production to the table, and the plan was to have him play one game with the Pats and flip him. My plan was to flip him for a quarterback, where I could have probably gotten a better quarterback for Michael Thomas, provided that, knowing how good he was going to be. So it was a mix of me just being impulsive, me being like, I need to scramble to get a QB because I really don't have one. And then what happened, and we went on a spiral. So it was just, I probably should have thought about it more than I did when it happened. And, you live with the decisions you make, baby.
I mean, and to be fair with that trade, it was really right before all the Antonio Brown stuff kind of really, really went down. Like you had all the Oakland stuff, but then all the real like serious stuff, not just him being like a crybaby.
Yeah. I
Which
didn't want to play with Derek Carr. I didn't know he was a nut job.
Well, that we all thought that. We all figured
now
out he doesn't want to be here.
Yeah, I just have to hold on to him and pray someone gives him a chance. Also, I will not trade him because I have to own my mistake and then hopefully, wait for it to turn.
You never know.
All
They're
right.
talking about. There's rumblings about him cleaning everything, all his legal problems up. Teams are sniffing around him.
More importantly, though, I want him to fix whatever's going on that's causing him to, have these behaviors.
Oh,
at
yeah.
the end of the day, he's a human being, and something's wrong. You know. So would I like to see him on the field? I'm betting. I'm hoping that eventually, maybe he'll be part of my 5-year plan. 4 years sucking, 1 year great. So so hopefully, like 3 to 4 years from now, he'll be completely, mentally healthy and or whatever. I don't know what's going on with him, but whatever it is, I hope that's fixed and he just balls out like a bitch.
Kyle, by the way, whatever.
Any other questions?
Your 5-year plan, that's a real good strategy because you only need to win once every 7 years to make money. So once every 5 years is great.
Yeah. So now I kind of want to all right, I'm just going to fast forward. The season played itself out. You finished in last place. So we all knew going into the draft, okay, number 1 pick, Joe Burrow. It was no secret. Why?
I mean, it was about a month or 2 after the season, and we actually thought you were taking Jonathan Taylor for a little bit.
This is okay.
Then the leaks came out that you were taking Joe Burrow.
I think the leaks of
Sources.
the Superflex strat, because I think we've all said that we've had some form of a struggle in terms of grasping the rules. It was me on our startup draft with the Superflex. I had no concept that these quarterbacks would fly off the board. And I feel like I'm still adjusting and trying to value stuff. I mean, I'm assuming you might have had the same realization. Okay, Joe Burrow, done.
I needed a quarterback. My quarterbacks just weren't producing, and I couldn't put enough on the field.
Yeah, and listen, if many people in your situation in a Superflex make the same pick, it's obviously Joe Burrow was, unless you like 2 or more, but. For the most part, Joe Burrow, number 1 in Superflex, it's not a reach it's not a reach at all. It's the right pick. I guess the only thing I'll question, and I know the argument is if you're a bad team, the running backs don't really matter. But you honestly got hit the hardest between the real life draft because you essentially maybe not for this year, but Marlon Mack and Damian Williams, pretty much their value plummeted immediately with their teams and with their team's draft picks. And it kind of left you in a tough spot with that. So I guess if you know the roster is what it is. So what made you want to go with CeeDee Lamb and trade a lot to get the second pick, including what could potentially be depending on your team's record, what could potentially be Trevor Lawrence next year. So what was the process of weighing your options and agreeing to a deal that traded next year's pick to trade up to 2 and grab CeeDee Lamb?
I think CeeDee's in a really good situation with the Cowboys. As much as, the whole Dak situation is what it is, he's got Amari Cooper on the opposite side. This guy's not going to get double covered, and I think he could turn into a true number 1 in a dynasty league. I think I can hold on to CeeDee Lamb for up to 7 to 10 years and him produce. So I thought I could do that with somebody who I think is going to be a really good, prospect, as opposed to waiting next year to see who comes through or people who I think are going to get hurt or people who get drafted into bad situations. I saw him get drafted into a great situation and knew I had to do something. So that's why I went with him. And as far as running backs go, I mean, I definitely don't have the best roster of running backs, but my roster of wide receivers was abysmal. It was really, really bad. I needed somebody to go in there. I can't play Allen Hurns and the other wide receiver for the Dolphins. I can't remember his name, but that's what I was fucking doing. So I needed to have somebody else.
Devontae Parker?
Yeah, I had Devontae Parker and now I can't remember Allen Hurns. I had those 2 guys who I mean, personally, I like them. I think they're good football players, but they're gonna at some point cannibalize each other from a point standpoint, and I'm not gonna be able to get as much as I can. It's like if it's a bad matchup, I'm done because I'm playing those 2 almost every week. So I had to get somebody who's going to be on a different team in a good situation, who has good measurables, and also has a modicum of success, right? So that's CeeDee Lamb. I mean, he dominated at Oklahoma. He looked good at the combine. He's on a team that, while may not do well in the playoffs, I don't care about them getting to the playoffs. It's fantasy football. We don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, that's right, Lucho.
He's going to put up numbers. At least in theory. In theory, he'll put up numbers. If he's a bust, then, I took the shot, baby. You know, I had to take that shot. And then if I suck, if I want to have, like, make a bunch of bad decisions in 2 years, I'll have the first pick again, and I'll have Joe Burrow, who I think is going to pan out, and then I can reassess my needs. So this is to see if I did a good enough job to, I really want to go bottom middle tier this year. That is like, I'm hoping I can finagle a way to go bottom middle tier with my lineup selection,
Like
so
right
that I
around
can
with
see where I'm at.
like right around with like Joey and Nick, or what our podcast is projecting to be, like Joey and Nick.
Yeah. So that's kind of like the goal for this year. I'm not trying to win the league this year as much as I'm trying to win the league. You're all my rivals. I'm trying to win I'm trying to not you. I'm trying to go like fourth from the bottom. I need to see improvement, but you know, what I want to see for the most is the players that I selected to show promise, because this being a dynasty league, I've now made a great investment in it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So,
Especially wide receiver, because they generally last longer than running back. So I mean, you could have taken a running back, and then in 4 years he could turn into the next Melvin Gordon. All right, Melvin Gordon actually got another contract, but we don't even know if it's good.
But even then,
yeah.
Right, and that's why I kind of prefaced with saying about, okay, well, your fantasy running backs took a hard hit in the real life draft, but that's why I prefaced it with not saying you should have drafted a running back, because again, if you're looking to be good in a few years, that running back might not be worth your while.
And I'm banking, baby, Bryce Love. He's coming. He's going to be eligible. He's going to play. I'm hoping Bryce Love and Kareem Hunt have a year. That's what I got to hope, that they both have bounce back years. You know, Kareem Hunt's first time back with the suspension. You know, he didn't play the whole season. I still think he's one of the best running backs in the league. Maybe not a great guy. I don't know. Never talked to him, but he did some things that are questionable. But I do love the way he plays the game. So I'm thinking that he's gonna figure it out in Cleveland. And also, I thought, as much as I hate the Stanford Trees, top 2 least favorite teams of all time.
Who's number 1?
Right now, it's a tie between the 3 Stanford Trees hates you. Number 2, Oregon Ducks, you suck. Number 1, my most hated team, Minnesota Golden Gophers, go suck a dick.
I was gonna say you really don't like the Pac-12. It sounded like, but then at least you threw in the Minnesota Golden Gophers.
I guess. All right. See, this is why I'm happy I had you on. I like the explanation, and it makes everything make a little more sense, because I think for the longest time I was like, I don't know, man, trading your first next year when you're looking at potentially a Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, you know, something along those lines to really boost. But listen, if you like someone that much, you know, and again, someone like CeeDee Lamb, if he hits, he's going to be around in 5, 6, 7 years. For if you build your team right, and in 5 years down the line is when Kyle's the best. That CeeDee Lamb pick may be more valuable on your roster than Trevor Lawrence, especially we know the bust rate of quarterbacks, you know. But I guess it's more. I think again, I need to understand why pretty much empty out your draft pick haul over the next 2 seasons, essentially trading like the 2 seconds for Sterling Shepard, a guy who maybe after this year or whenever his contract might be up, he might end up taking a hit. Like I think he'll be on a team, but I don't think someone like Sterling Shepard's that insanely talented that he warranted 2 seconds, especially especially where your team might finish. You're looking at, you know, especially this year, you could have traded potentially the 13th pick this year for Sterling Shepard, which for in my opinion is a bit of an overpay. But I just want your thoughts on Sterling Shepard, that trade.
Okay. Here's again. I play with my reptile brain sometimes when I do this fantasy. Did not think this through very much. I just kind of impulse did it. I like him as an athlete and as a player. And I was just looking to get assets to see how we would do. And I know, again, draft picks are great, but the way our stuff is set up, you know, the chance of drafting somebody who's not going to pan out at all is very high. I mean, you know, it's not like we're picking linemen too. So if I get to the second round, there's 12 of us, and let's say like That's the 13th pick. Well, I'm picking the 13th skill player, but so it feels like I could get somebody who doesn't contribute, where I think Sterling Shepard will contribute. I do think he's a good athlete, a good football player. He's been unfortunate, but I like him. So I decided to roll with him, and also pure impulse too. That definitely had something to do with it. I was like, oh, wide receiver, I need those. Reptile brain clicked, said, let's do it. So I decided that I was going to try to just get rid of my draft picks this year and try to add people to see how we did. And then if I did a bad job of doing that, I was just going to have the following draft. I was just going to have higher picks again. So it was just, I may have to do 2 seasons of eating crow, but I'm not trying to win right away. So I'm not tanking, but I'm tinkering. I'm trying different methods because I did a number on the team early on. I blew the team up, so now I got to try different ways to build it back up. And I'm also this is a dumb thing, but I think it's worth thinking about. If Teddy goes down, PJ Walker in Carolina, I'm XFL MVP baby. So I'm hoping that something happens with PJ Walker. I like the guy. He really was.
And I didn't, and to bring it to your draft, I thought a lot of your picks were very good. Obviously Joe Burrow, CeeDee Lamb, and then even PJ. Well, I mean, look, PJ Walker.
Shenault.
Yeah. So I thought a lot. Like I thought your draft picks of this year were good, and you clearly can see college talent coming out. So that I think that's what surprised me about kind of. No, I don't want to say throwing away draft picks, but moving them when if you are trying to be a bad team, any positive direction in the projected points might affect your overall status. But again, if you're trading draft picks for at least this season, it pretty much doesn't matter so much. But I see what you are trying to accomplish this year. If Sterling Shepard has some breakout and then going forward, he's this either wide receiver 1 or 2 on a team, then you're in good shape. And then, again, like you already explained with CeeDee Lamb, which is a definite possibility. Like I think he is in a good spot with Dallas. It's a reason why I'm so down on someone like Michael Gallup.
Yeah.
So.
And a guy I'm just going to speak for my boys I drafted. I really believe in Tyler Johnson out of Minnesota. As much as I hate them, I really believe in this kid from Minnesota. Minnesota can suck one, but Tyler Johnson is good. He doesn't have to. He's at Tampa Bay with Tom Brady, and the guy just catches everything. So will he be a starter? I don't know, but I think down the line he might be. And I also think that, if something goes on, somebody gets hurt, somebody goes down, he can come in and contribute right away. This is a guy who's worked his tail off and became I think he had 2,000-yard seasons in college in a row for the Minnesota fucking Gophers. So I think he could do it with Tom Brady.
That's a logo mascot change I would like to see. The Minnesota fucking Gophers.
And then Laviska, I didn't really want him, but I know he has the potential. But it was that to me. That is like a big roll of the dice.
At the 7th pick of the second round, I like that pick of Shenault there.
Yeah.
So
You figure I think others were considering it earlier in the second.
I almost pulled the trigger in the 204. I almost pulled the trigger on.
It makes sense that even if you don't personally like him, you got a value there,
Yeah.
He has the potential to be great. I'm worried that he's the one that's not going to pan out. But hopefully he does. He seems like a good kid who works hard. So.
Yeah, and like we said, PJ Walker could be a thing. I think he's the backup. I know. Kyle Allen's gone. Will Greer's still there, but how confident?
Granted, he was a rookie, but behind like a subpar offensive line, but he really didn't show all that much.
But especially how PJ Walker plays. If Matt Rule wants to look at that and say, isn't that his former player too? Right? Weren't they both at Baylor? Temple. Yeah, duh. So
way back.
Let's go out, baby. AJ Green. God, I hope he plays. I really hope AJ Green plays football this year.
That's one where, because I have the opinion of guys where it's just a hold. AJ Green, there's no point in trading him. The value is not there, so he's a hold and hope that he does, and hope he bounces back from all of his injury issues.
Yeah, that's where I'm at with him. And then I guess I've given away my trade secret here, but you know, my biggest rival is me, and I already know it. So I got to do something at some point at tight end. I do think Foster Moreau is going to be really good down the line. I believe in Foster, and I think Jonnu Smith is in due for a really good year. But Blake Jarwin and Jimmy Graham, they're not doing it. So tight end is.
I think you're better. I mean, John. I think you're better than you think. I think Jonnu Smith is very good, especially with Delanie Walker not in Tennessee anymore. He's the number one. They don't have anyone else.
And he was a really good prospect coming in, and people were constantly talking him up. And he's right on the schedule, for tight ends.
We'll see how that offense pans out, because I mean, normally they're not a high flying throwing offense that all runs through Derrick Henry. But if Derrick Henry is gone, does that mean they're still going to be the same way, or now they're going to throw more? And
you still have to throw the ball if you're Tennessee. And we saw it last year. Jonnu Smith produced really well.
The problem with that is it would be more favorable towards Jonnu Smith if they would throw more in general, because I'd assume that AJ Brown is the number one target and not Jonnu Smith.
Right, but
as opposed to years past where Delanie Walker was easily the number one target.
Exactly. And you know what? They drafted Darrington Evans too, and he's pass catching back, so they'll take a little bit. And a lot of those running back tight end targets are the same style of targets.
But as an overall prospect, I think you're better at tight end than you think.
I think you got something in Blake Jarwin too.
Well, he's the guy for now.
And I've seen him developing. He's athletic.
He's somebody I never really paid attention to, but it was like the draft kept telling me take him, so I took him.
Yeah.
But Foster Moreau is the guy who I've watched, and I think he's going to be really, really fucking good.
Foster Moreau, I think, would be a much more palatable guy to have if Darren Waller wasn't there.
Yeah. Well, when we saw it, when they were both in the field, actually, Foster Moreau looked pretty good.
He got more red zone targets than Waller going forward too, because he actually caught red zone targets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Mike knows.
I'm thinking he'll be number one at some point in this being a dynasty league. Either he leaves to go somewhere and becomes more successful. I think he's got a lot of good traits. I think Jonnu Smith is one of the best, like as far as what he can do on the field. I think he's really, really good. It's just whether or not he's going to get the looks. On the...
Moreau is also 5 years younger than Waller too, so.
Yeah.
And if I could get Dawson Knox, I'd be super happy. I think he's going to blow.
Oh, Alex Hochberg. I know Alex Hochberg is Dawson Knox.
Dawson Knox, I think, is going to have a huge season like Fucillo Auto. It's going to be huge.
Have you been trying to trade for him at all?
No, because I really if I make a trade for anybody at this point, I'm just gonna put a huge hole in my team. There's nothing I could really do and feel comfortable about doing. Which another reason why I was using draft picks, making trades. I just felt like I had these huge holes in my team when I would like do them, and it's like I don't have enough good wide receivers to really do a trade involving a wide receiver. I don't have enough. My depth is the issue.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's the people I feel comfortable trading, nobody fucking wants. Who wants Wisconsin great Corey Clement right now, the fifth running back at Philadelphia? No way. The only person who wants him is me. Jordan Howard, way past his prime. Nobody wants him. You know.
I love
Montgomery.
Jordan Howard's 24.
Jordan Howard, yeah, but wouldn't. Oh, I'm sorry. I got him mixed up in my brain with Jay Ajayi, but still, my man is playing for Miami. He's on the second team and didn't do much.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to be the guy in Miami, unfortunately, as much as I love the Northern Iowa product. I think what he did in the FCS level was fantastic, and the Bears, I thought, should have invested in him. It seems that they might have been right. I don't know.
I agree with you. Actually,
Snell,
I like
that was.
I was gonna say I like Matt Breida better in Miami.
I only like Matt Breida better because of Chan Gailey being there, and Chan Gailey
That makes sense.
always uses his backs catching passes, and Jordan Howard has stone hands.
Yeah.
Frank
I
and
think
Hans.
I think basically, I mean, and just to kind of bring it around, I mean, what do you like your overall thoughts? Like what? Like I know your 5-year plan,
Yeah.
but what do we? I guess I mean the only place to go is up.
Yeah, that is
If
correct.
that takes a couple more years, but I mean, I'm glad that we were able to get you on this because I have a better explanation, a better rationale for some of the moves you made this offseason. They make a little more sense, at least to me.
Yeah. Oh, we didn't talk about my potential dumbest move that I made this offseason, acquiring Ryan Finley for
Yeah.
That was a real dumb move. That was a reptile brain move. A very impulsive person. So I was like, well, if Joe Burrow sucks, I need whoever's going to play for him because I need a quarterback for him. And I was offered Ryan Finley, and he was like, he's Burrow's backup. And I was like, that's a good point. And then I built it up in my head too much, and I did that. That to me is the move I kind of regret. I don't blame anybody for offering me that trade. I think it's like a smart move to do to somebody who like clearly is in a quarterback situation, and that's just the fantasy game, baby. And I did it. So
yeah. I'll just say going forward, those type of trades, you could have probably gotten Ryan Finley for like $2 blind bid dollars. So I think if you do get offered stuff,
Hey, at least you didn't
take a step back.
you didn't pay the 4th pick of the 2nd round for Ryan Finley like Deej did.
This is true.
Oh, I didn't know he did that.
I actually was the one that traded
happened.
Ryan Finley to Deej originally, and
I was
then
gonna
Dennis
say, yeah, your
inherited
trade for
him.
Finley, is still better because at least
Yeah,
you had a
it's
reason
peanuts.
to take him.
Yeah, Kyle, I traded Finley right as Finley became a starter, literally before his first game, and I traded him. I offered a 2nd round pick to everyone in the entire league, and then Deej texts me, he goes, "Sell me on Ryan Finley," and I did.
Even though Deej had Dak Prescott and Tom Brady and Daniel
Ryan
Jones and Ryan Tannehill on his roster.
Gotta love Deej. That's an awesome thing. That's awesome.
And then Dennis
yeah,
had to inherit it.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the season. I think I've made some improvements in some areas. Some areas definitely need work, but this is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
As much as I hate all you guys, I love you.
Can I just I guess I just want to say that I know Tom is at the bottom of your list for rivals, but this season he might have to be higher because he's rooting for you to fail because he has your draft pick.
Oh.
Yeah, but I understand that because I'm a big dumb idiot and I gave him my pick. So like, it was me. Like it's like of course you're gonna root for me to not do great. So I'm not gonna start a campaign against him for wanting to get a good player, but I enjoy it when he winds up with the second pick in the first round. Yeah, because I'm coming for you, Anthony. I'm gonna go beat you, and then second to last place. Done. That's a minimum for me. Second to last place is the absolute minimum. If I go below that, I'm gonna have to fight Anthony for realsies, and he don't want that.
Well, Kyle, I don't know if you've been listening to podcasts at all, but I have been spitting out some of these Fantasy Pros power rankings that they've been doing of our league, and for about 2 months now, you've been sitting in second to last place with only Anthony behind you. Uh-oh.
He's speechless.
We might have lost your audio, but it sounds like you're speechless.
The mouths are moving. I'm not a deaf guy. I don't know how to read lips.
Oh, okay. We got you back.
I'm here, baby. Okay.
All right. So I was saying I've been spitting out some power rankings that Fantasy Pros have been doing, and you're in second to last place with only Anthony behind you.
Oh, the experts know it. They know the deal. Anthony, big old fuck dick. You're going to last place, baby.
Kyle, we were saying because we said it, and then you were just sitting there like this, like moving a little bit. We're like, well, he's speechless.
No, I was telling you I can't hear. Because as soon as you were like, oh, we looked at these already, and then it went to complete silence.
Oh,
You're talking to me, but like I was like, oh, what did they say? I don't know. So you gotta love this middle of the boonies bad internet I got here, you know. But,
Kyle, you're also, they do Dynasty rankings. That was just for 2020. For Dynasty, you're ahead of Anthony and Skylar.
Oh. Number 4 on my rivalry list. I'm ahead of you, baby. Let me pick a giant in the draft and then get everything you have. This is a character piece. I don't mean a lot of what I'm saying, guys. Skylar, I don't know you very well. I've cut a couple promos on you, Skylar, but I just want you to know it's all in the name of good fun, brother. Okay? So I don't like I just kind of do it. Yeah. Powerade Zero, not a sponsor, but quite a drink.
I guess let's kind of wrap up a little bit. I know we've been chatting about it, but any last thoughts just on your team overall for at least this year? I know you said your goal is second to last, but realistically,
Minimum.
what's your, like, what are you hoping for from your guys? Like, I mean, are you hoping to get like trade bait? Are you hoping that you just find players for the future, or like what's the ultimate goal this year?
The ultimate goal is to hope that I am as good of a college kind of scout as I believe myself to be. I think I have a good eye for guys who I think can be a pro. So, and I'm not necessarily great at picking pros when they switch. Like, as far as like when people sign free agent deals, I'm not very good at like thinking about who's gonna produce. But I have been pretty good at like thinking about rookies who I think have the potential to do well in the NFL. I want to see that. I want that validated because I picked a lot of guys in key spots. That's also a good name, patent pending the Washington whatevers. So yeah, it's just like I just want to see improvement as a whole. I don't want to win a lot of games. I want to be in more games. I want to be competitive. You know, I want people to not exactly know it's going to be a win. But if that's not the case, then I'd like to see my rookies do what they're supposed to do, in my mind. And then also see Devontae Parker, a guy who I really like as a football player. He seems like a good person. You know, he had finally seemed to figure it out. It took him a long time to figure it out at wide receiver for the Miami Dolphins, and it looked like he had it. And because I pick a lot of guys that I like, which is not the thing to do really in fantasy. But I picked a lot of guys in that first draft. Is like those are the kind of guys if I were having a football team I'd take. So,
no, man. Honestly, the first thing is just to have fun with it. So to get guys you like is the best thing.
Oh yeah.
So,
I do the same thing with some it's okay. My team is good, but I have guys that I really like. Me and Lucho know, like we've been talking to Keenan Allen since he came in the league. Like guys like that I just.
That's why I took Corey Clement in the last round that time because I love Corey Clement. He did great at Wisconsin. But yeah, it's just like to see the guys that I picked for like because I love them reasons. I want to see them do well.
Yeah.
So that's like. Those would just be things like to make because it's definitely not going to be a winning season. I already know. So to make I beat Anthony, haha, nana, nana, boo, boo, I'm going to wrestle with you thing, that would be icing on the cake if the guys I like do well. By the way, Tony Pony, Anthony, a.k.a. Tony Donuts. I don't know. I gotta come up with another stupid nickname for you, stupid Tony. Quarantine's over. We're wrestling, and I'm taking you down. Consider that an official warning. Tony Pony, I'm coming for you, brother. But yeah, fantasy football's fun. I love you guys so much, even though you're my rivals, and I hate you, but I love you. That's why I keep my emotions bubbled.
Kyle, I'm gonna tell you right now. By the way. We are on episode 10, right? I have not gone back and even clicked open a podcast list to. I'm definitely rewatching this podcast. For sure.
Have to.
I mean, I actually have to because I missed the rankings and I need to know.
Lucho, you came in. I'll just tell you. 1, 2, or 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. You came in at 7, right in the middle, because like we don't know each other super well, but you seem like a really good guy. So I want to be you, and I don't have a reason to not like you, so that puts you right in the middle. So that's where you're at. You're right. You're right after Joe.
I gotta give you reasons to not like me now.
Oh.
Right after Joey. And was
The one thing I was the Kareem Hunt trades. That was you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's untouchable. He's my guy. So that
right,
bumped
Kyle.
you up.
I think I'm mostly the Antonio Brown trades.
Yeah, they're both untouchable because one I love so much. It just the Toledo Rocket, baby, Kareem Hunt. He's just gotta control his temper, and then also Antonio Brown. I need to be wrong until I'm right. I can't be wrong, let it go, and then somebody else. So that's where I'm at with that. But you know what? I had a blast on this podcast, fellas. I hate you, but I love you, and football is great.
Yeah, dude. Listen, thanks for coming on.
Yeah.
We trust me, we appreciate it. We obviously had our questions. We got answers. As you know what? Every time we've done this with our guests, we've done well. I have more of a feel for people's thoughts now. It's all a work. I'm coming for everybody. That's the whole point. We just gather strategies and fuck you guys later. Just kidding. But no, man, seriously, like you're oh shit, I'm gonna go up the list. No, man, I had a blast with you on. Great guest. We'll definitely have you back.
Oh, I'm down to come back all the time. But I might start my own podcast. I'll invite you guys on it, and I'll call it Not Another Podcast. And then it'll just be the league talking about not football related things. I think that's what I'm gonna do. So if you guys want to hop on that ever, let me know.
I'm 100%.
I'm in for that.
I'm looking forward to when it's not coronavirus and we can have multiple people on the podcast all from one camera.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I
what
know
a
for sure
concept.
Kyle will be you, Anthony, and Tom. So.
Oh, I'm gonna beat up Anthony. Also, so are we gonna be like the fantasy football versions of the Joe Rogan gang? Are we all just gonna have podcasts?
Sounds like it.
Yeah, man.
Welcome to Tiger
Considering
Belly. I'm Bobby Lee.
Yo, man, that's crazy. Did you ever try DMT?
Oh, dude. That's a DMT hitter, bro. That's me being Theo Vaughn.
Theo, pull up this video of the monkey fucking the other guy. Theo, pull up the video.
Did I ever tell you about that time I had to wrangle some monkeys outside of Kenny Rogers Roasters? Oh, I love podcasts. They're great. Our invitations to share swarm flattery. I don't think you watch this Joe Rogan, Theo Vaughn, Bobby Lee, but you know what? I watch you a lot, and you're great.
Hey, you never know. You know how many countries we have too? You don't know who's watching this.
You never know.
Mike, do you have an update on the number of countries? Or not Mike, Lucho. Do you have an update on the number of countries?
I hope
Let me
we're international.
check. Let's go take a
I
look.
gotta know. We're international.
I already put that email in the trash. Christy left a review for Brinkhoff. Oh, wait. No, I don't have an update.
Shit.
Oh, well. It's at least one.
At least one.
Mhm.
Well, does Tanisha watch it? And me too.
She definitely does not watch.
God damn it.
Oh, just tell her to click. Then we're international.
All right. Finally, this episode was sponsored by my tax returns because that's how I bought the computer that I was on. That used to be on the show. So shouts out to tax returns. Thank you for taking money out of my paycheck so I could afford a laptop later.
Maybe we'll get a second stimulus check. Then we can all buy stuff.
You know that this is going to convince them to give it a second stimulus check now.
Yeah.
We just got them free advertising. You're
You
welcome,
got it.
IRS.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, baby.
All right. Well, again, dude, thanks for coming on. Thanks everybody for watching. Just listen, subscribe. Please hit like. Leave a comment. Leave your questions in the comments or something. We'll answer it. We've had no fan mail for a while, and we've had no reviews. Oh my God!
Fuck
Oh, he's unmasked.
But yes, like Please subscribe to my friends who are also my rivals, who I hate, but I love at the same time. I have a lot of mixed emotions about these people, but they have a good podcast. You know, they talk about football, and they're good people. So, you know, what does it take out of your day to do? Click, click, nothing. So you see it, do 2 clicks for them. 1, 2, baby, click.